I've worked remotely now for almost 5 years, and I've learned a lot in the process. I've made a lot of mistakes and had a lot of challenges, and I've also learned some great tools, some honestly what I would say describe as essential tools that have allowed me to work from home, to have a team and a company that is predominantly remote. And so in this episode of the vlog, I'm going to share 3 essential tools as I see it that are going to help you build a remote team or to work remotely more effectively. So a lot of people have a lot of different opinions about remote work, whether it's a good idea, whether it's a bad idea. And I don't know that I'm going to solve that on this vlog. I like it a lot. It works very well for me. I'm very self-motivated. In many ways, working from home saves me a lot of time. I don't have the commute that many people have 2 ways. And so that gives me more time to work. It gives me additional flexibility in a lot of different ways. It allows me to be in a lot of different places. And because I travel a lot for work, by having the flexibility of work from home works for me. And it works for the team that I have. And it allows me, as I build a team, to have employees anywhere. And everywhere, and having access anytime and all the time sometimes. And so there's good and bad that comes with it. I fully understand that, and there is some separation gaps that become a challenge. And so while there is good and bad about remote working, another video as to whether it's a good idea. But for me, it's the way that I work. It's the way that I am most effective, and it's the way my team works. And so we have found some great tools, some great processes and systems around those tools that have allowed us to really collaborate and personalize our interactions with each other, in many ways with our clients as well, and those that we work with. And so these are the 3 key tools that we use to work most effectively while remote. So the first tool is maybe many tools, and so it's Google everything. We have fallen in love with all of Google's products, the Google Suite. So we use Gmail for everything. We use Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides. We even use Google Chat now, or Google Hangouts, as it's kind of morphing as we speak. And that's kind of replaced. We were using Slack, but now we just use Google Chat. Everything Google works so well for us. It integrates well, Google Calendar. And so Google Everything has been a great tool for us. And so using that suite of tools that are one, very affordable, very flexible, we have access to them all the time, and we collaborate really effectively using Google Sheets and Google Docs. So Google Everything. So that, in many ways, that's many tools, but we'll just, for the sake of this video, call it one tool. So Google Everything. The second tool that we use a lot, a whole lot, that's Zoom. Zoom video conferencing. I'm a big fan of Zoom. I've been a big fan of Zoom for a long time. I've probably been using it for about 6 years, and it's progressed a lot. But it really, I'd use Skype a long time early on, and it was always buggy. I had issues, especially when we started doing group calls. Zoom became the go-to platform for group video conference calls, but really now it's for everything. And so I love Zoom. Now, that was the one aspect of Google that never quite worked effectively for me or for our team is the Google Hangouts and the Google Video Chat. It just was always a little buggy. It was hard to get, especially clients on when we had client meetings that weren't used to it. Zoom is very easy for people that don't regularly use it, and it's very great for those that use it regularly as you begin to understand all the different functions and how you can mute using your spacebar, how you can use the whiteboard functionality and collaborate in different ways. So Zoom is the essential. We try to do as many face-to-face meetings as we can with each other, with our clients, and so the disconnect of phone calls where you're missing nonverbal communication, Zoom really personalizes a lot of interactions, and it allows me to be in a meeting in Australia 1 hour, in Dallas, Texas in the next hour, or in Los Angeles, right here from my home office in New York City. And so Zoom video conferencing is probably the most important tool of all of them. And so while Google keeps everything together piece by piece, Zoom is what connects us person to person and is essential for client meetings and staff connection and relationship meetings. So we use Zoom a ton. It is our second tool that is essential for our organization. The third tool that we use to keep everything together is Asana. Asana is actually a tool I don't personally use a ton, but our team is essential to our team. And so it is our project management tool. It keeps us in line. It keeps us systematic. It keeps every project, everything that we do go straight into Asana. And then we have a workflow of distributing. So as we have built our team and grown our team, Asana has become more and more critical and important to the process of the work that we get done. And so any organization has natural systems. You have natural workflows, whether it's you email out to your email list on a weekly basis. You want to put that in Asana. And there's that step of who's going to set up the email template, who's going to write the copy, who's going to upload that. It might be one person, but you probably even need a checklist for yourself. And Asana allows you to create that workflow. So even if you're a team of 2, Asana could be a great tool to begin to systematize your workflow and confirm that things are happening. And so Asana is that third key tool that is essential for our system of tools that make remote working work. So that's my list of tools. So Google everything, Asana and Zoom. That's it. That is our suite of tools that we use to connect. Now, there are a few other things, and a lot of them are changing, but those 3 are, in my mind, essential. Now, you might find other replacements, and there are similar things to the Google suite of services with Microsoft, or there are similar, you could use Skype instead of Zoom, or you could use other project management tools. Those are the ones we prefer. So you have to kind of have those core systems in place. Those are the tools that I prefer with those systems. I would love to hear, what tools are you using? If you're working remotely or even you work with a remote team, what are those essential tools for your team? What are you finding? Or with these tools I've recommended, what has your experience been? Do you agree or do you disagree that these are the best tools for remote working? Thanks so much for watching this episode of the vlog. I hope it was helpful for you as you consider remote working or even how you work with other remote workers. In the world of social media, I believe remote working especially is going to be a more and more significant part of how we work and how we work with others and with other teams, maybe outside or contractors outside of our company. And so I hope this episode was helpful for you. Thanks so much for letting me be your social media guide. I hope you'll subscribe to this channel or click and watch other videos on the channel. It would mean the world to me. Thanks so much for watching.